these reforms which are being talked about, like a direct
cash
transfer, this one can be a game changer, and not for the rich and the growth, but for the poor.
We intend to proceed with a great degree of caution, watching every step so that we don't make any mistake and we don't stumble.
I think we are in the right direction, and that is why we are starting with a certain number of districts and slowly expanding the scope.
तो यदि खाद्यान्न सुरक्षा की बात हो रही है, तो कभी देश में, छत्तीसगढ़ में और हिंदुस्तान के किसी भी क्षेत्र में ये कभी उसको विकल्प नहीं हो सकता। इसको हमने कहा है कि हम इसको छत्तीसगढ़ में लागू नहीं करेंगे।
The much-hyped cash benefit transfer scheme has kicked off in 20 districts across the country. Will it be a game changer, as the government calls it, or is it being pushed in a hurry for political gains? That's the big debate on We Mean Business today. I'm Shweta Rajpal-Koli, and joining me on the show, Dr. Mihir Shah, member of the Planning Commission, Reetika Khera, Associate Professor of the Institute of Economic Growth, Mr. D. Raja, National Secretary of the CPIM, and with me here in the Delhi studio, Mr. Ashok Kumar Jha, former Finance Secretary, and M.K. Venu, Managing Editor of the Financial Express. Many thanks all of you for being with us here on the show. But before we start the discussion, a quick look at the launch of the direct benefit scheme and whether it was mere tokenism.
The UPA's ambitious scheme for cash transfers, but after struggling with bank accounts and Aadhaar card enrollments, it was a truncated and watered-down scheme that finally set the ball rolling.
The launch of the UPA government's ambitious cash benefit transfer scheme seemed tokenism, as the number of districts which will benefit from the scheme have been brought down from 51 to mere 20. Out of the 34 schemes, only 7 have been implemented today, which will benefit mere 2 lakh people.
The government also had to whittle down the number of schemes. Instead of 34, only 7 schemes were formally launched. Many of those schemes was like packaging old wine in a new bottle. For example, the Jan Suraksha Yojana and stipends and scholarships chosen for the rollout are already being paid only through checks or electronic transfers. In Madhya Pradesh's Harda district, 6 schemes have been launched in the first phase. 100 students received scholarship money, but they say earlier too the money was being transferred directly into their accounts.
हम लोगों का पहले मतलब आधार कार्ड नहीं मांगते थे तो डायरेक्ट सबके पैसे डल जाते थे अकाउंट में, और अब हमारे यहाँ सारी लड़कियों के अकाउंट में पैसे आ गए हैं, और हम जो कुछ 8-10 लड़कियाँ रह गई थी तो उनको रोक दिया कि अब तुम आधार कार्ड जमा करो, उसके बाद तुम्हारी स्कॉलरशिप आएगी.
The Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh has written to the Prime Minister opposing cash transfers.
कैश सब्सिडी में ना यहाँ बैंक है, ना पोस्ट ऑफिस है, ना राशन के लिए उनके पास व्यवस्था है. 60 किलोमीटर 100 किलोमीटर दूर दूर तक दुकानें नहीं हैं.
The schemes that are currently covered under this direct cash transfer scheme are already cash transfers. If the government has learned that there are so many problems with the cash transfer scheme, then why are they scaling it up?
But for now, the government is not planning to extend it to food and fuel subsidies, saying that's a complex issue. However, the question is, if food and fuel, which have the maximum leakages and middlemen, are not included, who will these cash transfers really benefit? With Siddharth Ranjan Das, Harsha Kumari Singh and Alok Pandey, Amitabh Revi, NDTV.
We also spoke earlier with Dr. C. Rangarajan on how the scheme is really going to work and how it's going to be scaled up.
We are introducing those schemes which are not commodity linked, like the food grain or anything, or fertilizer. For starting, we are dealing with those schemes where there is a transfer to the beneficiaries, whether it is a pension scheme or it is a scholarship scheme or it is the rural employment guarantee scheme. So in all these cases, there is a transfer of cash going to the beneficiaries. Now what we are doing, or what we plan to do and propose to do, is to effect a proper mechanism through which these transfers can happen directly into the bank account of the beneficiaries. So that is the aim at the present moment. We will think of the other schemes later. We will stabilize with respect to these schemes, and only when we have stabilized, we will think in terms of food subsidies or fertilizer subsidies. I think we should first stabilize with respect to the transfer of to the beneficiaries who come under these various schemes like pension, age-old, disability pension, widow's pension, and the rural employment guarantee scheme. They have listed a number of schemes in the various departments. First, we will address them. We will do it, and then we will get back to some of the controversial questions like food subsidy and all that. Therefore, we need to strengthen the banking system. We need to strengthen the banking correspondent arrangement within the banking system. We also need to ensure that the biometric authentication is good. All of this will have to be done, and I think we are in the right direction, and that is why we are starting with a certain number of districts and slowly expanding the scope.
India's #1 news app just got even better. Download NDTV's new app. Fully optimized for retina display. Full screen view. Faster response time. And Sudoku. NDTV's new iPad app. Download now.